Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. This afternoon I'm going to fix 64 ounces of smoothie, and I'm going to fix 7 of them. So I'll be dividing them 2 ways, so that'll give us 14 days of smoothies, which I'm going to freeze in gallon bags, and these are freezer bags. So we're ready to get started. I've got my list over here. So the first one is going to be strawberry, banana, kale, walnut, 2 carrots, oatmeal, 5 dates, and I might need some honey, and sunflower seed butter, and 1 orange. And the orange is to just kind of kill the taste of the kale. Alright, we're ready to get started. I'm going to see if I can do this, y'all. Hopefully it won't be too long. Alright, so the first thing we need to do, I've got 5 leaves of fresh kale here, and this is organic kale. So I'm just going to break it up a little bit, stems and all. I already washed it real thorough. And I'm going to go ahead and put in about 1/2 cup of sliced carrots. I did peel these. The carrots are also organic, so I'm going to use a little over 1/2 cup in each of the smoothies I'm going to make. So I'm going to dump those in, and I'm also going to use 1/2 cup of English walnuts. So I'll dump those in. And let's see what's next. I've got 2 bananas. Now these were previously frozen, and I thawed them out in one of those plastic containers with some warm water. They're still somewhat frozen. Here. Alright, I need to turn that up so y'all can see what I'm putting into there. Alright, so I'm just going to take that banana and squeeze it right out, which will all of the strings will stay right in there. Now they are still a little bit frozen, so just squeeze them out. Alright, now where do we go? Alright, so we've got the strawberries, we've got the kale, the 2 bananas, walnuts, carrots. Now I'm going to do the oatmeal. Now this oatmeal, I took it out of the freezer about an hour ago, so I'm just going to see if I can slice it. If that doesn't work, I put it in the microwave. So this time I didn't have any cream of wheat. I try to get that whole wheat, cream of wheat, so I just went ahead and did the oatmeal. So that's cooked oatmeal, and that's probably a good maybe 3/4 of a cup. And I do cook it first. And we're going to use sunflower butter. And I did get this sunflower butter at Walmart. So I'm going to try to get a couple of tablespoons, maybe more. That's more like about 4 tablespoons. Put that in. Yeah, we decided we really like the sunflower seed butter. And because it's going to be strawberries, I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of tablespoons of honey. Yeah, because the strawberries are always sour. Alright, so I've already peeled my orange, and I'm going to use just 1 fresh orange, and I'm going to just slice it to make sure there are no big seeds in it. I just slice it across the little sections, and if there's going to be a seed in it, it'll show up. So this one has no seeds. So there's my 1 fresh orange. Put that in. And let me see if I've forgotten anything. Alright, I need the dates. Now when I use the strawberries, I always use 7 dates. And I do that because the strawberries are just frankly sour. So that's 5 dates, and I do cut the seeds out of these, and then I steam them till they get up to about 180 degrees in my little steamer, just because I want to make sure there's no bacteria on them. Alright, so I'm going to add some water, and I use the filtered water. I'm putting about 2 cups in. And we're going to start grinding this up before I put the strawberries in, just so it'll go down. All right, now when I do the rest of them, I won't have the camera on while I'm grinding, but I am this time. All right, here we go. So I grind it up until I can't hear anything like the carrots or the nuts hitting the side of the beaker. All right, this is a good 2 cups of frozen strawberries. I'll put those in. And I'm going to go ahead and add more water to right up to the top. And then we're going to grind it more. Lid on. All right, I'm going to grind it for a while this time. Can y'all see? Yeah, it looks dark right there, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, here we go. Stir around the edges just a little bit. Make sure it's all down in there. And it's pretty thick because, of course, the strawberries are still frozen. Now, it will grind up the actual seeds on the strawberries to the Vitamix will. All right, let's grind it just a little bit more. I'm going to give it a taste, y'all. And it's sweet enough. All right, so now we're going to pour it in those bags. So I'm going to move y'all over to the other side, so hold on. All right, we are going to pour half of this into 1 gallon bag. This is a little tricky. It's about half of it. And I do this and freeze them in a pan just in case. Make sure nothing ever goes over. Put the other half right there. Just let that sit there a few minutes. This can get messy too, okay? Alright, so now we're just going to flatten it out. Try to get the air out of it as much as possible. By just mashing it slowly up to where the little zipper is. Alright, there's still be a few little air bubbles in there. So now I'm going to freeze it flat like that. Let me do this one too. Spilled a little on there. So start out like that, and then just let the liquid come up and slowly start closing it. So most of that air, you'll still have some small air bubbles, but hopefully you don't get any real big ones. There. Alright, so this is going to go in the freezer. It's frozen flat. Now when I get ready to thaw it out, I actually put it in one of these little containers with hot water or warm water. In about 20 minutes it thaws out. So you put one side in, then kind of bend it. Once that's thawed, flip it over, and in about 20 minutes it'll be all thawed out but still cold. Alright, so we're going to put these in the freezer and I'm going to get set up to do the next batch. Guess who's watching me through the window? That's Tootie, the neighborhood cat, and her owners did give her a collar and tag showing she's had rabies and other shots, I guess. But there she is. I still feed her sometimes. She sees me in through the window, and she can also hear me. Anyway, all right, we're going to get on with our next smoothie. All right, the next smoothie is going to be blueberries. It's going to have bananas, baby spinach, cashews, 2 carrots, or 2 small carrots, and oatmeal, 5 dates, peanut butter, and 1 orange again. So there's my baby spinach. That's 2 big handfuls, and what I do is go ahead and put it in the little beaker here, 2 big handfuls, and then I'll wash it twice, just to be sure. Y'all know what I mean? Just to be sure. All right, so 2 big handfuls of baby spinach, and it wasn't organic. I don't know why Walmart has been having organic all this time, and now all of a sudden they don't. I'm not sure why. 1/2 cup of cashews, and these are the unsalted. And I think I got these at Sam's Club. I do keep them in the freezer. I just want them absolutely fresh. So anyway, we're going to dump that in. And another 1/2 cup of carrots. We're going to get our oatmeal out, and hopefully it's somewhat thawed out. Big blob of cooked oatmeal. And I'll just cut that. It's a little easier for the Vitamix to grind it up. Oh, okay. There that is, just cut up in kind of in sections. And let me see what else we need. All right, let's go ahead and do the orange. 1 navel orange. Could y'all see? No, sorry. So again, I'm going to cut that orange. Make sure there are no big seeds in it. Not that that would hurt anything, but if there's seeds in it, of course my knife will hit it and I can tell, but I also kind of look at them and make sure. All right, there's the 1 orange. Now let's see what else we've got. Whoops, to go. All right, let's go ahead. I need my dish rag. There it is. All right. Now we've got at least 2 cups of blueberries. That might even be more than 2 cups. And what I have found is the Vitamix does not grind the blueberry seeds up as well as it does the strawberry seeds. And I'm not sure why, but it just doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the peanut butter. I don't think this has been opened. It hasn't. All right, let's just use... A viewer told me about this, and we do like it. So I'm going to use maybe about 3 heaping tablespoons of the powdered peanut butter. It does have less stuff like salt and sugar in it. And it's, let's see, it's got 5 grams of protein in 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to use a big blob of it. Let's make it about 3. Yeah, that'll work. Anyway, good source of vegetable protein is what I call it. And let's see what else it's got. The sodium is lower sodium than regular peanut butter. And it's got a lot of carbs. It doesn't have much fat though, so that part's good. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our dates in. Again, this is 5 dates just for the sweetener. And we're going to have to put some water in. Oops, I didn't mean to move y'all, sorry. Putting some filtered water in. And most of the time that's about 2 cups, sometimes more. Alright, that'll about do it. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and grind this up just for a minute. Not even a minute, real quick. Alright, gotta wipe my hand off. Alright, now we can get the blueberries in. Did I put carrots in? I can't remember. I must have. Anyway, if I didn't, it's no big deal. All right, so now we're going to put the blueberries in. I would say that's maybe 2½ cups. And they are still frozen. All right, I think I've got everything. I just can't remember if I put the carrots in. I don't remember. Anyway, we're going to add a little more water. And we're ready to grind this all up. We'll be right back. All right, we got the blueberries all ground up, and it's not sweet enough to suit me, so I'm going to put about 2 more tablespoons of honey in there. And I really have not been able to figure out if I put the carrots in or not, but no big deal. But I think it needs a little more citrus, so I'm going to actually get a lime out of the refrigerator, put some lime juice in it. So hold on. All right, we put the juice of 1 just small lime in there, and I'm going to taste of it again and see what I think. Delicious. All right, we're going to go ahead and pour this into the bags. I've already got my pans out again. This is a different set of pans. I need to rinse my teeth and mouth off. All right, we'll be back. All right, there are the blueberry, and so that's 2 down and 5 more to go. We'll be back. All right, we're ready for our 3rd type of smoothie. It's 2 big handfuls of baby organic greens, and these are from Walmart. And I did wash them in this. I put the water in it, dump it out, and squish it around a little bit, put another, fill it up again, and then dump it out again just to be sure. All right, so this one's going to be grape and sweet potato. And by the way, this bowl does hold 3 full cups, so I did not even realize that. I just decided to measure it. So these are baked sweet potatoes, and they're small. I got them specifically for smoothies. That's why I wanted them small. Just peeling them. That's where the sugar cooks out of them when you're baking them, but you do always want to bake sweet potatoes so all the potassium stays in. Yeah, so this smoothie will taste like chocolate if you use the deep red grapes. It'll taste a little bit like chocolate even with the table grapes, but if you can find those really deep red grapes, it'll taste very much like chocolate when you do the combination. All right, so we're just going to slice these real quick and put them in. They're still partially frozen in the middle. Cut this one down here. Alright, so that was 2 kind of small sweet potatoes. And I'm going to go ahead and use my orange too. Again, just cutting it real quick. I know I don't want this video to be too long, but I wanted to be able to get all 7 of these in. Alright, so there's our orange, and now we're going to put the peanut butter in. I did go ahead and open, this is the all-natural Jif creamy peanut butter. It's a big blob, that's probably 3 tablespoons. Put that in. And I'm going to go ahead and use a couple of bananas too. These are kind of big bananas, actually. Squeeze them out. All right. Now let me look at my list, make sure I didn't forget anything. All right, we use the peanut butter, the oatmeal. Yeah. Another big blob of oatmeal. I'm going to cut it again. Now Now we're ready for our water. At least a couple of cups, maybe more. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and grind this up a little bit. Then I'm going to put the 3 cups of grapes in, and we'll go ahead and get it in the bags because I'm trying to make this video not so long. All right, we'll be back. All right, I did end up putting 5 dates in here, and I only had enough room for 2 of the cups of grapes. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pour these and get them situated in the freezer, and we'll be back with the next one. Alright, it's getting a little messy in here, y'all. But anyway, we're ready for the next one. This is 2 big handfuls of the same baby organic greens. And I'm going to go ahead and use some of these carrots. I don't know, probably let's go ahead and use at least half a cup. And this time I'm going to use almonds, and that's probably 2/3 of a cup of roasted almonds. This is about, I've already used some out of this bag. This is about 4 ounces of the fresh frozen sweetened coconut. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And now I'm going to go ahead and grind this up because it's hard to grind up that coconut. So we'll put a couple of cups in of water. And we're going to be grinding a little while on this one, so we'll be back. Alright, so we've got the almonds somewhat ground up. I'm going to go ahead and put in the oatmeal. Just cut it up in little bitty pieces. And the orange. And why don't we just go ahead and use the rest of these grapes. So that's about a cup of grapes. I still think the dominant taste is probably going to be the almonds. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and use 5 dates. And probably just a little more water. Alright, we'll see you all over on the other side, and we'll be pouring this in the bags. We'll be back. Alright, on this one I went ahead and put in another 2/3 cup of almonds, since it's going to taste like almonds anyway. Alright, so we're going to pour this into the bags. There's that one. Make sure that doesn't spill out. Yeah, it's gotten really messy in here all of a sudden. Let me see, I'm going to go ahead and seal this one up before it spills out. I'm having to use an old pan and this old aluminum pan here. I also added a little bit of honey in this one just to sweeten it up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of it in this other bag, get these in the freezer, and we'll be back. Alright, this is going to have to be the final smoothie in this group that I record because it's making the video too long and I've run out of pans. So anyway, this last one we're going to make, and I will be making 2 more big smoothies after some of those get frozen. But this one's going to be apple pecan. And I do say pecan. Alright. So we're going to use the kale again. And this is that really pretty organic kale. Go ahead and put that in. I'm going to go ahead and put my dates in. That's 5 dates. Let me turn it up so you can see. So that's 5 dates. I'm going to also go ahead and put the orange in. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and use 2 oranges since I'm using the kale. I'm not even going to bother to cut those because I haven't found a seed in a long time. Okay, a handful of these carrots. Close that door there. Maybe a few more carrots. So that's probably 3/4 of a cup of carrots. And also, I'm going to go ahead and put in the oatmeal and cream of wheat. I've got to cut that because it is still frozen a little bit. there. So a big blob of oatmeal. We're going to have to grind that up, so we'll be right back. Alright, we got that ground up so it would go down some. I had to wash my hands. So now we've got 5 golden delicious apples, and these were not really big apples, sort of medium size. And I went ahead and peeled them and cored them, cut them up into pieces. This is about 1½ cups of pecans. Put those in. And now we're going to add some cinnamon this time. Maybe about ½ a teaspoon or so. Go ahead and add a little more honey just to make sure it's going to be sweet. Just a couple of tablespoons of honey. Alright, we're going to grind this up. And so we'll move y'all over and I'll be pouring it in the bag. So we'll be back. Alright, so I had to use some Pyrex pans. And I did taste of this, and of course the dominant taste is certainly the apple and cinnamon. You can barely taste the pecans in it. Move this bag over a little bit. Yeah, those were real pretty apples. They were a little small, but those are this year's apples. Alright, y'all. That's it. I gotta go clean my hand off, and I've got 2 more I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna wait till some of those that are in the freezer are solidly frozen, which will probably take about another hour. Anyway, so this is the Smoothie Marathon. So we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.